is going on, everybody? It's Gordon Xavier here to support you in your evolutionary journey. I'm here to support you in living life. One of the things I want to share in this video is some thoughts around one of the things a lot of people experience that can be a bit of an obstacle in relation to living. And that thing that is it's very common in the world at this particular day and age is anxiety. A lot of people are walking around in their day-to-day life with this energy in their heart, this energy scrambling their mind that keeps them from acting in a streamlined way, right? When I think of anxiety, I think of energy going in chaotic, random direction. When I think of the opposite of anxiety, which is peace or clarity, I think of energy moving in a single direction, right? There's a flow to consciousness as opposed to this sporadic, scrambled up, disorienting offshooting of energy. And one thing I think a lot that just gets past a lot of people is the effect our phones have on us. Chances are you're watching this video right now via your phone. So, of course, there are beautiful and useful applications of this device, of these phones. And simultaneously, if not used intentionally, these phones can, your phone can scramble your energy. It can scramble your brain. And I'm going to share with you just a couple of ways your phone is doing that. And I'm going to share with you how to support yourself in being more sovereign when it comes to your phone, meaning being more independent of it and not so energetically tied to it. First things first is adjust the light on your phone right now. If you're watching this video, or if you use your phone a lot, you may notice that if you're on it for a long time, it could be addicting, right? It can draw you in, kind of like a fly is drawn to a light bulb, right? It can draw your attention in, and if you're on it long enough, it can be quite draining. I know me personally, if I'm on my phone for a while, I start feeling kind of tired, a bit sluggish, and disoriented in my consciousness. One of the things you can do is you can adjust the light on your phone. So right now you may be using your phone in the blue light setting, in the regular default setting. I'm gonna invite you to shift your phone from that to night mode. When your phone's on night mode, the color palette changes and it goes to more of a red, orange, darker kind of light that the phone is operating from. And I found in my experience, it supported me in not feeling as impacted by the light on my phone. The artificial light affects us, and it affects our pineal gland, it affects our whole system, our whole brain chemistry, and blue light does that in particular. It has I'm not an expert in this by no means, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt in the way I describe it. But the blue light has an effect on our consciousness. I've met a lot of people who've shared their experience with that, and there was this guy living here on the same property as me, where at nighttime he would walk around with shades on, these particular type of shades that would filter out the artificial light from our environment. And he found himself to sleep better, and he has less anxiety because of that. But when you switch to that night mode, I can't give you all the science behind it, but I can share my experience. And my experience is that it helps. It makes it a little bit easier, the phone more bearable to use, and I feel less disoriented when I'm using my phone. Second thing is to be very discerning and intentional with the information you take in from your phone. Our phones give us access to an abundance of information, so much information. I mean, so much, ranging from politics, ranging to the terrors with COVID, ranging from entertainment, ranging from porn, ranging from things to read. I mean, it's just an endless sea, ranging from games that you can play on your phone. There's so many things that you can do on your phone, and all of these different things, they have input. There's input that is going into your consciousness when using your phone. And so I found that in order for me to really stay in my center with my phone and to not be as affected and entangled in it, and just less anxious in my day-to-day life, is be very intentional with the information that I'm taking in on my phone. Right? I just found myself about 10 minutes ago. It's actually what inspired this video. I found myself watching a Joe Rogan podcast. Derek from More Plays More Days is on there. I found that, I'm like, I like that guy. I like the way he communicates and things he has to say. But honestly, the things that he has to say really do not affect my life at all. I find it fascinating and interesting, but I don't need any of that information to operate. You know what I'm saying? Like, for my goals and for where I'm at in my life right now, what I'm doing, building my business, serving through my coaching practice, building my body up, getting in better shape. I really don't need the information that he was sharing in that video. And so I found myself about 30 seconds in, and I started feeling a bit anxious. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh, this anxiety is letting me know that I'm taking in information right now that I don't need. Right? And when there's so much useless information circulating around in our systems and inside of your unconscious and subconscious mind, you're going to feel anxious, right? There's just information is meant to be digested and applied and used. And so when we take in unnecessary information, now you just got these words and this stuff circulating around in the background of your mind. And that can take up presence unconsciously. Right. And ultimately, the thing that I've noticed in my life and all the people's lives that I've been able to support through my coaching practice when it comes to anxiety, the thing that really cures anxiety is just presence. Right. How present are you in your life? Right. To me, anxiety is like a fragmenting of my consciousness. I feel fragmented when I'm experiencing anxiety. I don't feel whole and centered within myself. I don't feel complete and still and peaceful. When I'm experiencing anxiety, I feel split up in a bunch of different directions. I need to go do this. I need to do that. I need to do that. I need to have this. I need to have that. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want that. This and that, blah, blah, blah. And I feel split and less present in the moment. And our power is in the moment, right? Because that's where we are. We exist only in the moment, and in the now. That's where you're most effective, right? How can I impact my life by reflecting on the past or just thinking uselessly, unintentionally thinking on the past? If you're going to think on the past, use it to help you navigate the now. If you're going to think of the future, it's so that you can better orient yourself in the now to go in a particular direction. But other than that, the past and future are not relevant. You don't need to look at them, right? Because the now is where everything is going down and up. You know what I mean? So you want to feel whole and present and fully in the now, right? And for me, being in the now looks like I'm not thinking about anything other than what is right here, right now. These videos are my videos have gotten more seamless and flowy because I'm fully I've developed this ability in my life to be fully present. I've been practicing through spiritual practice and through healing and through shedding all of my misidentifications with the world by shedding my fear. It's allowed me to be more here. I'm more embodied. There's more of my spirit and my consciousness in my body circulating right here, right now with me and with my heart and with my words. And so I'm present. I'm here. Back in the day when I make these videos, I have to make them 5-10 times because I wasn't fully present. Part of my consciousness was somewhere else, focused on something else, all wrapping back around to the phone. So your phone can give you a lot of different things to focus on. If you're finding yourself experiencing a lot of anxiety in your life, cut down the usage of your phone, right? Because chances are you're on it a lot and you're on it unnecessarily. For me, my phone has only a few different purposes. I'm leaning towards cutting out the entertainment aspect of my phone. I still do that, but I do that intentionally. A lot of the time I would just fill up the gaps in my day with entertainment on my phone. And that's not really supportive, I'm finding, for my life. Right? So for me, I use my phone very intentionally. The number one reason I use this phone is to serve. Right, to create content, to make content, to get it out there to people, to support the world in healing, right? To serve. That's my number one primary focus when it comes to social media, when it comes to the users of my phone. I don't post for just fun, I post to serve and to inspire and to uplift. That's my reason for posting. So I don't need to be on social media or any of that stuff unless I'm doing that. So it just cuts back the time I spend on it, and it cuts back the amount of input going into my consciousness when there's a very specific reason for me to use social media or this phone. Secondly, I just use it to communicate. I use it to connect, and not unconsciously communicate and connect, but consciously do that. Right? Sometimes I don't need to be talking to everybody. You don't need to message every single reply to every single person that messages you. Sometimes it's just not the time and space, right? So I consciously use it to communicate with my family, with my girlfriend, with my friends, with my clients, with potential clients, right? That's what I use my phone to communicate with via texting or calling or DMing or any of that kind of stuff. And then just also consciously using it to learn and to receive information that is actually supportive for where I'm at in life, right? So it boils down to those three things when it comes to the uses of my phone. For me, it's service, communication, and learning. And everything else, it's really just not, it's extra, you know what I mean? And I'm finding, especially living in Hawaii, this beautiful, beautiful land. I'm chilling on a roof right now, just trees is in my face. I mean, it's beautiful. I have enough input. And I don't need all of it to come from my phone. There's so much to do, work on this land here. We got some chickens down there. You probably can't see that well because it's, this camera dope and it's blurring the background, but there's chickens running around down there, There's all types of different events, ecstatic dances here. I led a workout this morning with my community, so there's a lot to do. There's a lot of other input. And I say that to give you the reflection that in your life, there's a lot more to do than be on your phone. And if you don't believe that to be true, then you're just not looking around. You're not present, right? If the more present you become, the more you pick up on in this reality. And you see there's so much available for you in your immediate surroundings in the now. So, I'm making this too long of a video. This is a very simple, short, easy way to begin to overcome anxiety in your way and to stop setting yourself up to be anxious, right? Use your phone more intentionally and cut out any unnecessary use of it and change the light on your phone. And, that's just my experience. Once again, I'm not too sure about the science behind the light change, but my experience has led me to believe that putting it on night mode and getting that blue light off is supportive for my system. So, yeah, guys, that's just the information I want to share with you today. I hope this supports you and serves you in living more presently and cleanly and clearly in your consciousness. And I pray inspiration is flowing to you in abundance. So until next time, y'all, thanks for watching.